Hello, today we will discuss the task of creating an invoice and how to assign it to a program. When you want to generate an invoice for a specific program, navigate to the Program's View page. Here, you'll find towards the end, there's an Invoices button. By clicking on this, you can either view the previously generated list of invoices. If you want to create a new invoice, click on Add Invoice. Once you've selected to add a new invoice, you'll be presented with various options. If an invoice for that specific program has already been created, you can select it from the available options. Otherwise, click on Add New Invoice and add a title accordingly. This new invoice will default to the program's fee structure, but you can modify it as needed. Now, depending on whether the fee is for domestic or international students, you need to select the appropriate option. For our current example, we'll choose Domestic. The fee structure might be, for instance, $1,000 Canadian. If you need to modify the structure or add multiple fees to the program, you can do so. Next, when you're on the Invoice View page, you can add items to the invoice. For each item, you'll need to specify a title, a description, and an amount. For instance, you might have an item named Tutorial priced at $300 with a quantity of 1. You can add taxes too. Additionally, you can apply discounts, which will update the total amount to be paid in the default currency. If you want to change the default currency, which is CAD here, you can do so by selecting a different currency. For those wishing to pay in installments, you can set up a payment plan. Define each installment by its title, percentage of the total amount, number of payments, and the frequency of payments. For example, you could have an installment plan where a student pays 10% every 5 days. It's also possible to set up more complex payment structures. Let's say you have a plan with 3 payments, each constituting 33.33% of the total. Now you can see that in the left amount 0.01% is pending. Now to cover that up, we can change the percentage of the last installment to accommodate the left amount. For payment frequency, for example, if we want to set the first installment date same as the date of the invoice, you can enter 0 in that field. The subsequent payments could be scheduled for later dates. Now, our installments have been created. There's an option to send payment reminders. You can select that option if you want the user to get alerts for the payments. To assist users in keeping track of their payments, you can set up payment alerts. Decide on the frequency of these alerts, whether they should be sent days before the due date, on the due date, or after. For example, you could send a reminder email to users about their upcoming payment. Finally, once you've filled out all necessary information and configured your reminders, save the invoice. Users will then receive notifications about their invoice via email, ensuring they're aware of their payment obligations for the program.